Something you'll love. Isn't she beautiful? And her too. This is the one we're making now. So this is a block of the month program. It was designed for the Social Justice Sewing Academy by Sam Hunter, and based on an original quilt block. The Social Justice Sewing Academy, SJSA, okay? It's just a unique program that, just empowers women. A unique part of the program intentionally bridges generational, racial, and socioeconomic divides by sending youth art blocks to hundreds of embroiderers across the world. And guys, it's free. Go to the website. You'll see it on here. Go to the website, sjsacademy.com, and you can download each month a different block. This is block of the month, and this is what we have here. This is applique, and there's 3 pieces. There's hair, there's the face, and then there's the bodice, okay? And we're gonna make this one here. So it comes with the pattern that you trace onto the heat bond, and there's the hair. If you want to get real funky with it, you can do the hair this way, like that, and just piece it together. And then here's another one. This was from February. Some of us did this at the retreat last month. And then there's the steps there and this pattern, okay? And then we use heat bond for the applique agent. And this one was just a 100% cotton. The backing, it's 13 by 13, and I can make a pillow out of it or a wall hanging. This was a piece of linen, and you can do it in whatever fabric you want. Just be really creative. So let's get started. Okay, the first step is to take your pattern piece. Okay, you can probably print it out, or you may be able to draw it, just depending on, how good you are. So here, take the pattern piece, take the heat bond. Okay, on one side, it's the bonding agent, and this is just paper. So trace it. Okay, so I'm gonna take my pencil. Let me get my pencil over here. I didn't have it. All right, I'm just gonna take my pencil and trace the pattern around. And here's the body and the torso, and I'm gonna trace that on the heat bond. After tracing the pattern lines on the heat bond, I'm just gonna cut out, not on the lines, but I'm just gonna cut the pieces out, because this is when you're gonna fuse it onto the fabric. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fuse the bodice, this piece here. Well, I'll show this piece here. I want it to be this fabric. Now, it's gonna be opposite the way it's facing. See, when you get done, because the heat bond is on this side, it's going to be opposite, so don't be alarmed. All right, so I'm going to iron my bodice on this fabric, and this is where you can start to design how you want it to look. All right, and then my floral, the hair, is going to be here. Okay, and it's going to be my hair. And then I've got a piece of black, because I love the black skin. I've got a piece of black that I'm going to do the head on. Okay, so I'm going to get some parchment paper and put on top, because you don't want to burn your heat bond, because you can overheat it. It does get hot, and I'll show you. So we're going to put a piece of parchment paper on top of it and iron the pattern pieces with the heat bond agent down onto your fabric. Okay, here is my hair fabric. So, and this is the right side. I want to make sure that I want this color on the hair. It's a big iris, and it's just a yellow and pink fabric. So take your pattern and place it where you want it, okay? So you're taking, this is the plain paper side, the side that you trace your pattern on. This is the heat bond side. It's real nubby, just like interfacing. And then you're gonna put that to the wrong side of your fabric. Okay, so there's the right side. And just place it where you want it. Put a piece of parchment paper or regular paper over it and press. And you can check it just to see how long it's taking for your heat agent to be activated. But it doesn't take long, just a few, about 15 seconds or so. Make sure your iron is pretty hot. And you know this cheat iron does get hot. Okay, just check it. And you'll be able to see, yep, it's very hot, okay? All right, so once you do all 3 of your pattern pieces, and they're all affixed to your fabric, that's when you're actually gonna cut onto your pattern lines. So you're gonna actually cut the shapes out so we can apply them to the cotton. All of my pattern pieces heat bonded to the fabric. So there's that, there's this one, and here's the black. So now I'm going to cut, I'm gonna use my paper rotary. I'm gonna actually cut on the lines of the pattern piece so you can have all 3 of your pieces so we can put the little lady together. So what I learned was, if you don't use the rotary cutter for the face or the hair, because this is an actual silhouette, and those ladies who do this craft regularly probably know this, I cut with my tiny snippers to get a really fine shape on the face, the nose and the lips. So I want to make sure that she has a beautiful face when I get it all cut out. So I don't use the large scissors because that's the risk of, it's going to give me a risk of getting a bad cut. So yeah, I learned that. But everywhere else I use the, on the other pieces I use the paper rotary cutter. I want a really nice shape here. So really sharp. So, see, here she is. Okay. Here are my pieces. I've got my lady's hair and her face and the bodice. So what we're going to do, here is my fabric. Okay, it is a piece, it's 13 by 13. So I think that's a basic pillow, square, or whatever you'd like it to be, okay? And you want to start at the bottom so you can have enough room, because you really want to gauge how much room it is. And then you want to have her there, and just lay your pieces out how how you want them. And make sure this touches. And just lay your piece out however you want it. Oh, she's pretty already. So what we're going to do, this paper, it peels off. So you want to peel it off. Yeah, I'm doing this with one hand. You want to peel it off. And then this is the bonding agent again. And then lay it down and press it under your parchment paper. Peel it off. And then just kind of center it. I've already kind of measured where I wanted it. Put your parchment paper back down and then press again. Okay, and make sure you place your lady right. It should line up. The pattern pieces really line up. See? Ooh, isn't she pretty already? See? I think we're all done. Now, if you do anything funky with your hair, like making raised flowers on it or attaching individual pieces to really do an exaggerated hair, you would still do the same thing. You would just be doing pieces. And you've got to press and make sure they all lay down. I think this is good. Look at her. Okay, so let's review. You're going to go online to SJSA Academy and you're going to download it. They have one every month. You may be able to go on and download some block patterns for the previous months. Here's another one here. Here's Afro Girls, a crown. So I'd love to see some of the things you come up with. Look at that one. There's an exaggerated version with floral. Just beautiful. I'd love to see what you come up with. I'm glad you joined me, helping me sew my style. Bye.